Hi, I'm Alistair, and this is my son Thomas, who's going to help me demonstrate the monster destruction game. So we have a number of cards, which I have printed out some blank ones here, and we need to sort these into the different parts. So we have buildings, mutations, and we have base cards and enhancements. So we need to find out the cities, to one side, and all the base cards, because those are used for the start of the game as your base deck. Right. We have some environmental cards here. And what I will ask is for Thomas to take the base cards here and sort out 5 smashes and 5 exhausted cards for each of the players in the game. In the meantime, I will sort the buildings and the mutations into one pile. We'll do a big shuffle of those because they will become our working deck. We just need to make sure that all of the cities are out, because those are the primary targets for reputation points. Minions, not to mention minions, and the main monsters as well. Main monsters are here. So, all the rest of those, is that 5 of each? Thank you very much, Thomas. And any leftovers we put to one side, because that's for multiple players. And what we'll do next is we will shuffle the cards. Just make sure that those are sorted. Another city there. And building cards. Right, so this is a deck building game. You have a monster. There are quite a few monsters here. I will turn them over and allow Thomas to pick a monster. And then I will take a monster as well. I have Electrobuzz. That means I go first, which is good for me. I will shuffle up as best possible the deck. Having done that, I now realise that cities is got mixed up inside there. Okay. So building cities. Go. Okay. So it's a deck building game. We have our hands, which will consist of 5 cards, and we will have our main deck, which will give us a pool of cards to buy or to use to destroy the cities. Okay, main deck, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards to choose from. And the monster, I'll just shuffle my cards up. There we go. Not easy when we're using paper cards, but obviously when the final release of the game will be nice, proper playing cards. And 1, 3, 4, 7 cities here. Okay. So the idea is to destroy the city, and we're going to start with Mexico City, and we need 12 energy to be able to destroy that city. So as I say, I deal myself 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I'm Electric Buzz, I get to go first. And I have 3 smashes. That gives me 3 energy and 2 exhausted, where my monster isn't able to use. So I can buy up to 3 power from any of these cards. I'm going to take Fire Breath, which I then put with the other cards into a discard pile. And I count myself out another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, of course, which I already have. And now it's Thomas's go. So Thomas has taken a Fire Breath, and we replace the cards. And now it's my go. I have this time 3 exhausted and 2 smash, so I can only buy things that's worth 2, which happens to be this building here, the Petronas Towers, and that will give me a +1 energy next time. Now my cards are run out, so I have to shuffle them. And then do myself another 5. Whilst Thomas takes his go. Must remember to replace the cards once they've been taken. A couple more Fire Breaths have come out. Alright, so this time round I have 4 smashes and 1 exhausted, so I can now buy something a bit more, but there isn't anything on offer other than Fire Breath, so I take that from my monster and put that into the discard pile. Thomas's go. What have you got, Thomas? 6 energy. And Thomas took a... Right, so Thomas's monster is the old one, and that allows him to take cards that he just bought and put it onto the top of his deck, so that he then gets to draw them straight away. So my turn, and I have Fire Breath, which gives me 2 energy, and a Smash and 3 exhausted. So I only have 3 points, and I really only have a choice of Fire Breath again, so I will take that and stack those up. Right, that's 2 from the top of my deck, and then I've run out, so I have to shuffle. You have your go. Right, so we've got some gaps here we need to fill. One is a growth serum, and we also have psychic. I have 3 smashes, the towers. I have to choose odd or even and turn over the deck, and if the card is as per what I have chosen, then I get to keep the card and add it to my hand straight away. So I'll say even, and the card is odd, is even, so I get to keep that and use it, which is a smash as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. For 5 points I can have a fire breath and a primate army. So we get to keep those. And we'll put 2 new ones up. And put those into the discard pile. And then I get to get a new set of cards. And it's Thomas's go. So Thomas, how many have you got?
6 points.
6 points. And what are you going to buy? Fire breath and primate's army. So he spent 5 points there, but he loses the last point into his discard. So I have a really bad hand. I have 4 exhausted and 1 fire breath, so 2 points. Now with the cards placed out, of course, I actually have the opportunity to buy that building, destroy that building, and that goes into my deck. Right. We'll go. Finished. So we'll put down 2 more cards. Liquefy and another growth serum. So this time I have a lot better hand. I have 2 smashes, gives me 2 energy, and I have 2 fire breath, which gives me 4. So I've got a total of 6 energy. Plus, if I say even, and it is even, I get another point here and another point there. So making a total of 8 points. The 8 points is not enough to take the city yet, so I will have to buy some of the other items here. So I'm going to buy a growth serum, which will give me a +5 energy when that card comes out. Put a replacement card down, and pass that building. And it's Thomas's go. So Thomas is playing the Energy Lab, which gives them +2 energy. So he's taking Empire State Building.
Even.
Okay. And is it even? Yes it is, so you get to keep a card. Gain any card with a cost of 4 or less from the lineup. No, it's only 1 card on top. No, only 1 card on the top. Okay, we'll put this back. Have you finished? Yes. What does it say? Read it.
Each opponent reveals the top card of the deck.
Right.
Play one of the cards that are non-environmental.
Okay, so you get to play my card, which is the Towers, which means that if you turn over the top of your deck, say odd or even, if it is odd, which it's not, it's even, you would have got to play it, so you don't. No, Thomas, that goes on top of that. Okay, so that shall go over, yes? Put some more cards out. That. And then I have a look at my hand, see what I've got. So I have 2 exhausted, which does nothing for me. And I have a primate army, which gives me 2 energy, fire breath, which gives me another 2, and smash, which gives me 1. A total of 5. So for 5 points, I can have the Taj Mahal, or I can have Psychic. I will take Psychic, I think, as this allows me to use the top card of another player. Those go into my discard pile, and I count out 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I also replace the card I bought. So, it's now Thomas's go. And Thomas is taking a Taj Mahal. And he's remembering that it cost of 5 or less before we can put it on the top. And we replace the Taj Mahal with Radioactive. Now I have 3 exhausted, so that's no good to me. Then I have the towers, so I will say even, and it is even, so I get to have that. It's +1, so +2, and 5 ref gives me +2 again, so that's +4 energy. And there is nothing I can buy because everything is 6 or more. So those are all wasted into my discard pile, and I don't have a deck, so I have to shuffle my discard pile and then do myself 5. In the meantime, Thomas can take his go. So Thomas has an exhausted, he has the Taj Mahal, Psychic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Psychic means that he gets to use top card, which is Primate Army, gives him a +2 energy. Energy Lab gives him another +2, it's 4. And then he gets to draw a card for Liquefy, which then gives him a Empire State, which is gain any card of a cost 4 or less from the lineup.
Can't do anything.
So there we go. I have 1 exhausted. I have 2 5 refs, which gives me 4, and 2 smashes, makes it a total of 6. So for 6 points I can have either the Aspire Tower or Radioactive. The Aspire Tower gives me 4 energy, or the Radioactive gives me a +3 energy and the ability to destroy or, cards from my hand or discard pile. So I'm going to take the Aspire Tower, which gives me 4 energy. Those go to my discard pile. We replace the card, which now is another Liquefy. And it's Thomas's go. I have 2 5 refs and a smash. 2 5 refs and a smash gives him 5, and he's got a Psychic, which means he can look at the use your top card. It's exhausted, so it's no good to him. So he is left with 5 points. So for 5 points, there is only Liquefy. So he takes that and puts that on top of his deck because of his special ability of the monster. My go, I have an exhausted. I have a growth serum, which is 5 energy, a smash 6, a Primate Army 8, and then I have the Patronus Towers, which gives me +1 energy, plus if I say even, it is even but it's exhausted, so it's not good to me. I would have got that point. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. Again, not enough to take the city, but enough to buy a couple of cards. So I will buy the Radioactivity and the Metal Spikes for a total of 9 points. And those go to my discard pile. And we get 2 new cards. And Thomas gets to take his go. So Thomas has got 3 smashes and a Primate Army, which gives him a total of 5. And then he's got a Liquefy, which he's already done, I believe, which is draw a card. So he takes some Metal Spikes, replace the card, and it's the Imperial building. And then I look at what I've got, and I have a Exhausted, which is no good. Then I have a Psychic, so I need to wait for Thomas to finish shuffling his cards. Fire Breath, Smash. Patronus, so I say even. 4 plus a Fire Breath, making a total of 6. So thank you, Thomas. I will have the Radioactivity for 6 points. And then I replace Radioactivity with the Millennium Tower. 1, 2. Shuffle these cards. Here we go. So Thomas has an Exhausted, some Metal Spikes, which gives him a +2.
Even.
Which is a Fire Breath.
Free energy.
Which isn't even, so therefore we can't use it. So how many points have we got?
4 so far.
Psychic. Exhausted. We go 2. So, for your points, what are you going to have? Liquefy? Or Millennium Tower? Millennium Tower. Okay. My go. I have 2 Fire Breaths, giving me 4 points. 3 Smashes, giving me another 3 points, making a total of 7 points. I will have a Growth Serum, which will give me a +5 when I get to draw that card. Let's put some cards down. Energy Lab and a Shanghai Tower. So Thomas has got 2 Fire Breaths, a Smash and a Psychic. The Psychic gave him nothing, so he's got a total of 5 points at the moment. And then he's got the Millennium Tower, which gives him a +1.
And effects. Each player puts first Smash or Exhausted from their discard pile on top of their deck.
Right, so his building has an effect on my monster, and I've applied that. So you have a total of 6 points, which you are going to spend on the Imperial, which is a building. Put down a new card, and then I get my go. So I have Radioactivity, which is +3, and I can destroy a card from my hand or discard pile. I'm going to destroy an Exhausted card, and then that will reduce the chance of that coming out, and I should get some better cards. So that's 3 points, Fire Breath, 5 points, and Exhausted, which is useless, and then another 4 points. So I have a total of 9 points. 9 points, which again is not enough to take Mexico City, but I can take both the building and the Energy Lab, because their cost is 4 and 5 to make a total of 9. I was going to my discard pile, and then I count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we put some cards down ready for Thomas, which is London, and we also have the Shard. So London shouldn't be in there. Texas City. There's a building there. Right. Thomas has 2 cards that he can use, which is a Primate Army and the Imperial, which is a +3, so a total of 5 points. And he's taken 2 cards, and then we can put some replacements down. another shard, and a misfire. So I have an exhausted. I also have a Paternus Towers. I'm going to say even, and it was, so but it's useless for me. And then I've got Psychic, so I can look at the top card of my son here. Top card, which gives me to draw a card. Thank you. Which is a smash +1. So I have 2 points there, 3, and then the radioactive energy is another 3, which makes it a total of 6. 6 points. I can have another Aspire Tower, and then those cards go into my discard, and it's time to go. So Thomas has got a Liquefy, which means draw a card, then he draws another Liquefy, so he draws another card, and he has 3 smashes and 2 fire breaths, makes him a total of 7 points. And he's going for Shanghai Towers, which goes into his discard pile, not his primary deck. And it's my go. So I have an Exhausted, which is no good. Growth Serum, which is a 5, plus a Smash, which is 6. Primate Army, 7, it's 8. And then I have even, and it is not even, so I don't get that. So +1. So I have a total of 9. 9 points again. And I will take I will take 2 of the shards. Okay. We replace the cards for Thomas, which is a Tentacles and a Radioactive. So we can attack 9. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's playing his Empire State Building, which allows him to take anything less than a certain value. Why not? Okay. So I replace the 2 cards they took with 2 fire breaths. Right. What do I have? I have an Exhausted. I have a Radioactive, so I will destroy that Exhausted. And then I have a Growth Serum and 2 fire breaths. So I have a total here of 5, 9, 11, 12. 12 points, which is what we need to take the city. So I will take the city. Now that I've taken the city, we now have to fill out our hands, and then we turn over the city to find out the new city. So this is Tokyo, and this requires 3 energy to you now need to take a card from your hands that has a cost of 1 or more and add it to the lineup. So that means you can't use base cards, you have to use a different card. So put that one there. Thomas put down Primate Army.
and more energy for
Right, so now it is Thomas's go. Sorry?
8.
Thomas has got 8 points. To take Tokyo is 9 points. So he's going to
Reading it.
done. Right, my go. 2 exhausted energy lab, which is +2, and an Aspire Tower, which is +4. Gives me a total of 6 points. So I will take radioactivity. Those go into my discount pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we don't replace the card until all 5 are gone. So that's okay. Thomas, you'll go. Smash, smash. A liquefy, which is draw a card, which he gets to do +3 energy. And a second liquefy, so he gets exhausted. So he has a total of 5 points. And he takes a fire breath 3. And primate army. What's that? Okay. He puts 3 cards down. Like that. Right, I have 2 smashes and a fire breath, which makes a total of 4. I also have the shard here, which allows me to choose a card that I played this turn and play it again. So, I have Psychic, so I'd like to know what the card is. Yours is Psychic, which would then give me the shard, which then allows me to duplicate the card of my choice. So I will duplicate fire twice, and that will give me another 4 points. So 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 points is 1 off of taking Tokyo, and we will have to take some other cards this time. So I'll take these 2 here. Right, Thomas's go.
Yes. Alright.
Okay. What's your total energy you've got there?
8.
8 energy. Okay, so what are you going to buy? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we put down some replacement cards. And it's my go. So I have 2 smashes, a radioactivity, so I can get rid of a card completely. And I have a Petronas Tower, and I will say even, and it is even, so I get that card, which is +4. And then I get to Shard, which allows me to duplicate a card. Therefore, I will duplicate the Aspire Tower and get another +4. So that's 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. 14 points. So I will take Tokyo, and I will also take Tech Valley, 5 points, making a total of 14. Now, again, because we've destroyed a city, we then have the new city effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's important to complete your hand before turning it over. Make sure the lineup is good. Mumbai. First visit to the city, each player reveals his hand and discards all cards of a cost of 2 or less. So I have 1, 2, 3 of my cards I have to discard. They're leaving me with 2 cards. And it's Thomas's go. And Thomas is in a similar situation, he only has 2 cards. But luckily he gets to draw 1 from Liquefy, which gives him another 2 energy. And then he has the tentacles. 2, so 4 points, and he chooses this card. And we replace that with a Power Cables. So it's my go. I've got a Growth Serum here, which is 5 points, and Metal Spikes, which is +2 energy, and I may put 1 card I buy on the top of the deck. So it's a total of 7 points, so it's quite good. Lots of little cards out at the moment. So I will have a radioactive goo, and I will have the cars and the Power Cables. So I may put 1 of these cards on the top, so I will put the radioactive on top of the cards there, and the rest go into the discard. I then deal myself, put out some more cards for Thomas, and then deal myself 5. 1, 2, 3. I need to shuffle. 4, 5. Right, Thomas is trying to indicate that he has a psychic because he doesn't want to talk. It's Power Cables for you, which gives you a +1 energy. He has therefore a total of 7 points. Not enough to take Mumbai, but he is able to pick up a couple of items. So we replace those 2 with Taj Mahal and Fire Breath. And we'll put my card back. So I have a radioactive goo, which is a +1 energy, and I can look at the top card of my deck, and if I want, I can destroy it. I look at it and I see it's a Power Cable, so I don't want to destroy it, and then I use the Patronus Tower. This allows me to look at the top of my deck after saying odd or even, and if I get it right, I get to keep that card, so I say even, because I know it's the towers. The cable, so it gives me another +1 energy. Then I have a Growth Serum, and a Fire Breath, and a Metal Spike. Metal Spikes allow me to keep any card I buy and put it on the top of my deck. So I have 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have enough to buy Mumbai. So I will take Mumbai. And I get to put this on the top of my deck, like that, which is quite nice. So again, I put those in the discard. Count out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we move on to the new city. And this city is Hong Kong. Each player must discard the top card of the deck, and if the card costs more than 1, you can either choose to destroy it or to discard your hands. Quite a nasty card. I have the Shard, which is more than 1, so I'm going to destroy it. We put that out of the game. Unfortunate, but that's the way the game goes. So it's now Thomas's go. He has Empire State Building, which allows him to claim cards directly. And then a smash. And he's got an environment. The environment card stays out and allows you to... What?
when you
No,
play
you can. No,
first?
you don't get to play that straight away. You've only just played the mountains card, so you can't
Oh.
play the effect until you actually do the effect. So an effect for an environment will be that cost of the card or a type of card will enable him to draw another card, but that won't take effect until next round. Okay, my go. I'm going to replace that card, and then let's have a look, see what I've got. So I've got Mumbai, which is double my energy. I have a car, which gives me +1 energy. Primate army, which is +2, so it's 3. A Spire tower, which is a +4, so that's +7. And then I'm going to say even, and Tokyo is odd, so I don't get to use that. +1. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. And doubled 8 is 16. So I get to take Hong Kong, and I will also have Fire Breath, Radioactive, and Patronus for another 8 points to make the total 16. So that's quite nice. I've got a lot of points there. Be very useful to me. We replace the cards in the pool, and then what we do is I get my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we turn over the city. This is New York. Each player must put a random card under their monster until this city is defeated. That's where it stays. So random, like that, and then it's Thomas's go. So Fire Breath for 2. Empire States, so you can take anything of cost of 4 or less. So that's that one and that one, and that one. You've got a Psychic card there, so you get +2 energy.
6.
6 points. New York is 10.
So it'd be 8 for me.
Okay. Put out some cards here. Back over. And I have an environment, so I'm going to play that immediately. And that says when I play my first enhancement, I get to draw a card. I don't have any enhancements, but I do have Exhausted and Tentacles. Tentacles is +2, and then a Shard, which allows me to play any of those cards again. So I'll play Tentacles again, so give me a total of 4. So I have 4 points. I will take the Great Pyramid. Great Pyramids. There's a card, and then I get to draw some new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. And Thomas is remembering now that his environment card is there. And it's Fire Breath. So when he plays a card that costs 2 or 3, he gets to draw a card. So he's drawn a card, which is Taj Mahal. And then he's got metal spikes and power cables and the Patronus Tower. So what is it going to be, odd or even, Thomas, for your Patronus Tower?
Odd.
That's not Fire Breath, which is odd, which is good. So he has a lot of points there. I can see
9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. New York is 10 points, so he doesn't get to take that, I don't think. But he can, of course, collect up some extra rewards by destroying some of the other city buildings. That's 4 points there. That makes a total of 7 points. And that's all he can do, so the rest goes in there, and he can't take it. So, I have +2, 2 smashes, which gives me 4, radioactive, which gives me a total of 7, and a psychic. Can I see the top of your card, please? Which gives me tentacles, which is another +2. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 points. Did I play any enhancement? No. So I don't get an extra card. And we get to choose instead. So we'll take a Great Pyramid and we'll take a Mountain Environment. And we put some more cards back in place. Choices go. So he has a Fire Breath and a Great Pyramids. And he's got Empire State Building, so he's going to pick a card of 4 or less. And a smash, so making a total of 5 points. So taking the Mothership. And then we replace those cards. And I have 2 smashes and an Spire card, so Spire Tower, so that gives me 6. Fire Breath gives me 8. And then I have Radioactivity, which gives me a total of 11. So I can take New York. So I take New York. Those go into my discard pile. And I count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we turn over second to last city. So we have here Moscow. And each player must reveal their hand and discard a card for each minion he reveals. So if I have a minion, which I do not have to discard anything, so I'm okay. Have you got a minion?
No, this is to avoid an attack.
Right.
I've got 2 though.
If you've got 2 minions, or
draw a card and you need to destroy something from the discard pile.
Okay, go on then.
So, right.
Destroying an exhausted card, and that's part of the special ability of defense on that card.
10, 11, 13, 16, 10, oh yeah, 17.
So you have a total of 17 energy from all those cards, so you can easily take Moscow, plus a couple of other cards. So you're taking that one, and that one. Okay, so he needs to put the rest of the cards in his discard, and then he needs to give himself 5, and then we see what the last city is. So, the last city is Seoul. each player flips his monster face down until the city is defeated. So we also get our card back because we took out the monster, and that goes onto the top of your deck. Goes onto the top of your deck.
Yes.
No, the card that was under the monster goes onto the top of your deck. Remember now, our monsters are going face down, so we can't use the special abilities. Right, my go. I haven't exhausted. I have Mexico City here, which gives me +2 energy, plus I can destroy any number of cards from the lineup if I want to. Well, I don't want to destroy any cards. Radioactivity allows me a +3, so that gives me a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 points, which is the exact amount that I need to take Sol, so I will take Sol and finish the game. Now the game is over. We need to total up our victory points, which are little reward symbols in the top right hand corner of the card. And we'll just top those up and see who came out top. So you do that for the whole deck. And do that up. Yes, it's a special card, meaning that multiplies it. So it's number of points is number of times you've got that card. So if you've got one of them, it's 1 point. 2 of them, 2 points per card. 3 points per card.
I just realised my mountains are still there.
Okay, I got 74 points.
Oh, I only got 45.
You got 45 points. So luckily, because I destroyed the most cities, and they have the most reward points, I won the game. Good game, Thomas. Thanks so much.